Hello everybody, welcome to Jim Games. Right now, this is the review of No Man's Sky. It is the main review. I've done two others. This is the last one, and I'm going to go through the game with a fine-tooth comb. If you're ready for that, folks, cool. Yep. I believe No Man's Sky is a procedural generated universe. It is indeed. Having several quintillion planets. Yes. So there we go. Right. So what is it about? Okay, yes, you get to grind and survive within a big procedural universe. Yeah, you get to a certain level of the game where things get incredibly boring, which they do, and everybody relies on updates to get content. Yeah, really that simple. Yeah, that's how it goes down. And by the way, I am usually the resident critic of No Man's Sky, so I am moving on to better things, right? So I thought I'd give the game a review. I've been in the game since the Foundation update. I've got 5,000 hours on my PlayStation save and 1,300 on my Xbox save. So I think it's worth me actually doing this review, don't you folks? Yeah, I've seen the insides and outsides of this game for a very long time, okay? I had a Facebook group called the No Man's Sky Explorers, pretty big, and then I moved on to No Man's Sky on YouTube. Yeah, I had Jim's NMS, right? Now I've got Jim Games, so I'm moving away. Yes, I'm going on vacation. I'm doing game reviews, folks. Anyway, back to No Man's Sky. Let's get on with it. Right. The game is a procedurally generated game. Several quintillion planets. I can't tell you how many because I've never visited them, right? So it'll take you several lifetimes to get around every single planet in the galaxy. You never bump into anybody, so all the galaxies are so big. You've got a multiplayer thing in the game, which is broken. Still broken since start, so there you go. Can you see why Hello Games are not winning many awards at the minute, right? Every update that they release, right, is buggy. Buggy beyond belief. So there's no actual testing team within the Hello Games to test the updates before they release them. So it's known in the gaming community as the most buggiest game ever made, right? Yeah, great, cool. So people on YouTube dedicate several videos every update to actual bugs, yeah, in the game, what to watch out for, and then they tell you to send all their bug reports to the Zendesk. So more or less, you are the beta testers of the game, folks. You are, yeah, and you've gone on to beta. It goes live. So as you can see, Hello Games seem to not have any time, apart from having coffee breaks, to actually test their own game before they release the updates. Yeah, sound good so far, doesn't it, folks? Okay, what's the game got? Loads of stuff, right? Loads. You can have your own freighter. You can go in space battles, become a pirate. You've got all the lore. You can build buildings. You can do all sorts. Everything you expect in a procedurally generated game. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, so you get tons to do. But everybody looks forward to an update coming out, but there's loads of bugs with the update. So, loads of bugs happen all the time. So at times it doesn't make the game unplayable, but it really, really, really pisses people off. Anyway, when you're in the game, which can be a pain in the ass. Okay, that puts it down a few pegs for me. So they should be testing the game before they release updates. Yeah, big issue with me, that, folks, by the way. Okay, so you have fun exploring. So you get to a certain amount of hours of gameplay in the game, and then all you do is rely on updates. Yeah, because there's nothing else to do, because you've done it all. Okay, so you become a veteran player more or less after 300 hours in the game, right? And then what do? Nothing. And then with the obvious mistake of Hello Games putting in a cheat menu into the game, which lets anybody, difficulty settings, by the way, everybody, right? Everybody turn all the settings onto easy, right? Easy, so everything's free, okay? And people say that benefits base building. Yeah, it also benefits cheating, right? So the grind has completely disappeared and turned the game into an absolute sandbox, right? So instead of creating content for the game, right, and giving people some kind of, usability in the game and long-term gameplay, what Hello Games is cut the game's gameplay in half by putting a cheat menu in and getting rid of the grind. And also on top, when you're a veteran player, you know, all the grind that you've done in the past, right, doesn't seem worth it. Bit of a kick in the teeth, really, isn't it? So all new players can come in the game and get to your level in 2 minutes. That's a bit of a pain, isn't it? Kick in the nuts for all the supporters of the game. Yes, you can turn it off. You have an option to turn this cheat menu off. But who does that? Nobody does it. Nobody wants to do it. So really, the game becomes incredibly linear very, very quickly, and everybody gets bored. And everybody just looks forward to updates, which are incredibly buggy. Yeah, buggy indeed. I even found 2 bugs of my own building yesterday. Goodness me. Hello Games, test your updates. Anyway, is it all bad? No, it's not all bad, right? When you've been in the game, start off, right, it's incredibly entertaining, right? Yep, you have space battles. They've thought of everything. They've incredibly saturated everything in the game. Absolutely saturated everything in the game. And we're talking about content creators on YouTube here too. Yeah, it's like, you remember that toilet roll crisis we had? Yeah, every time there's an update, you get about 50,000 YouTube content creators saturating all the game thing, doing reviews, and then everybody just stood around in No Man's Sky, bored in the space normally, scratching their asses. Yeah, because everything's being covered. So there you go. That's how it happens, right? So No Man's Sky, yeah, is one of those communities where either you've got 2 levels of people, nice people and toxic people, right? It's on every single platform, right? I'm painting a good picture here for you folks. It's on every single platform, including Nintendo Switch, right? But it's still buggy, right? Buggy game, right? And they'll never win any awards. Apparently, they're last place in the BAFTA awards this year, so there you go. And they're starting not to win any awards anymore because people are coming, buying the game, and then playing it and then wanting a refund. I'm not joking you, because it's buggy as hell. I won't bother. Anyway, folks, it's up there. I've got a million things to say about the game, but what I'm trying to say to you here, folks, is take No Man's Sky with a pinch of salt, right? It's a great exploration game. It really is. It's got loads of potential. Hello Games do not do anything with this potential. They never do, right? They always drip feed the community really small, shoddy little updates, right, to keep the game going for a longer period of time. But these small updates are incredibly buggy, right, and it just makes gameplay worse. Okay, Hello Games had a bug testing team in there, and it took longer for them to create updates. Yeah, great. Okay, but they don't, and they give it to the community to test out, right? And, you know, it just makes the game look crap, Hello Games, doesn't it? Don't you understand? I thought you were game developers. And we can't go around saying that they're a small team. Yeah, they're a small team, but hey, listen, if you all worked on No Man's Sky, instead of scratching your asses and twiddling your thumbs every day and putting a skeleton crew on it, right, the game would be pretty damn good, and you'd be getting all the awards you could ever possibly want, and the royalties. Yeah, which is pretty cool, isn't it? Anyway, let's get on to the actual review. Okay, so we're coming up to the review now of No Man's Sky. I think I've covered everything, and off we go. Right, folks, I'm going to base this on the actual playability of the game, and then, you know, this is not my personal view. I'd rate it a 0, to be honest, right? So off we go, right? Based and compared to other games, No Man's Sky, is it worth buying? Yes, I suppose it is to a certain degree, but not at the price tag it's on. You know, they do overcharge this game quite a lot, and they shouldn't do. I know they give free updates, but, you know, you've got a high price tag for the game. Yeah, I give it a conservative 5 out of 10, right? And the reason why for that is 5 out of 10, I'm not a fanboy for one, right? The community can be incredibly toxic at times, especially on YouTube. You know, it's a hard game on YouTube, especially when you have these incredibly toxic content creators. I'm not going to mention any names, right? I see it from the content creator side. And there's a lot of clickbait, right? Tons of clickbait on No Man's Sky, okay, on YouTube. On the other communities, yeah, Facebook, Reddit, Twitter, yeah, pretty good. I never went on Twitter. It's just loads of gossip and speculation. There's tons of speculation in No Man's Sky, but what do you expect for a game that's just full of, UFO people? Yeah. So you've got to expect that for a game like this. It's just full of people that enjoys conspiracies, right? So, No Man's Sky, right? The type of game it is, yeah, I'll give it a conservative 5, maybe 6 at a push, right? It's a good game at first, gets incredibly boring over time, and the updates are buggy as hell. It's really that simple, really. You've got a lot of, universe to actually explore, but it's procedurally generated with about 80 odd different biomes, and then once you get to see them all, you've seen them all. You know what I mean? It becomes repetitive. The repetitive in No Man's Sky is unbelievable. And compared to games that we're getting these days, No Man's Sky or Hello Games that make No Man's Sky have seriously got to up their game. Seriously, regarding graphics and everything else to compete with these new games. So, yeah, I would seriously consider either trying another game or wait until No Man's Sky drops in price before actually getting the game. How long it's going to survive these days, not really quite sure. It's not doing too well regarding awards at the moment, but why should it if it's such a buggy game? Yeah. So it's better than Fallout anyway. So this is the review. Thanks for watching. I know it's long, and hope you've enjoyed it, and leave your comments below, and I shall see you all in the next video. Tatty bye.